Welcome to Who Knew with Matt Stewart, the show where the guests write the wrong answers. I'm the titular Matt Stewart. And our first guest is from many things, including Mako Mermaids. Thank God you're here. And Comedy Republic, Something Good. It's Amy Ruffle.
Hello. Thanks for having. Oh, a little round of applause.
I didn't know you were Mako Mermaids.
Yeah.
You're one of the titular mermaids.
I was a mermaid.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well,
Well, for me,
it's fun for people to look at, but shooting it was a nightmare.
It's hell.
Yes.
It was hell being those mermaids.
It was. It turns out humans shouldn't be underwater that much.
Oh.
Yeah.
Without use of your legs, I guess, too.
No use of legs. No, like you can't wear goggles, which is a huge bummer. And so you're
That
supposed
would
to
be really funny to have mermaids in goggles.
It would be a better look. But often my character, she made jewelry. She was an entrepreneur. And so I'd have to go collecting shells. But I'd always they're like, cut, you've swum past the shell. And I'm like, I can't see.
Yeah.
It was so hard.
I'd love to see the extended cuts of the scenes where the mermaids are like, oh, God.
And they would pour milk in our eyes because they were so red.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful stuff.
Wow.
So thanks for bringing that up.
Our second guest this week is from Question Everything. Have you been paying attention? And Triple J, it's Jen Fricker.
Hello. I wasn't in Mako Mermaids.
You were never in it?
I was actually never in it.
You should have been. I would have loved to do an episode with you.
I was a goth at the beach when I was growing up, and so I never wanted people to see my feet because I was a surfer, but I was a goth.
You were ahead of the time.
Yeah,
You were like, you're not paying me, so
yeah, exactly.
hiding.
No free feet, no free dogs on the beach. But I was a goth and a surfer, so I would walk to the edge of the water in my knee-high Doc Marten lace-ups and my jeans, my baggy jeans, and then I would quickly shimmy out of them and run into the water because I never wanted to see anyone see me in between either of the two identities.
That's a big switch up.
That is.
Yeah.
It's real, Superman sort of.
The secret identity.
I had board
surfer
shorts
girl.
that went to my ankles.
They're pants then.
Yeah, basically. And then they got really heavy when they were water sodden. So I've almost drowned
denim
a bunch.
does that, G.
Yeah.
It's not recommended beach wear.
And our third guest this week is a multi-nominee of New Zealand's prestigious Billy T Award and the co-host of The Worst Idea of All Time, Tim Batt.
Multi-nominee is a devastating intro.
It's an indictment.
Great to be here, Matt.
It's just nice to be multi-nominated, surely.
Oh, so nice.
So the way the show works is I ask a relatively obscure trivia question. Our contestants have to write a convincing fake answer. I then read their answer as well as the real one and have to guess which one is correct. And the first question actually comes from 3 different listeners sent in separately. Julian Wren from Melbourne, Jim Bates from Sackett's Harbour, New York, and Henry Will Hoyt from Newberg, Oregon. And the question is, what does the word eigengrow mean?
Eigengrow?
Eigengrow.
Can you spell it, please?
Sure. Only because it's right in front of me. Eigenggrau.
Oh.
A-U.
Yeah. Luckily, one of the question writers gave me that phonetic spelling. Eigengrow.
And you're saying 3 different people said the
Yeah.
same? That's crazy.
That is wild.
And I looked, I'm like, is it, sometimes you'll get multiple people sending in a question because something's going viral where it's like some clip where someone's going, oh, how funny is this word? But they all sent it in like a year apart. So it's just this word's just got legs.
It's got legs.
It's got legs.
It's trending. Eigengrow's trending.
Eigengrow. While you're writing your answers, I'll explain how the scoring works. You get 1 point if your fake answer is guessed by the other contestant, another point if you correctly guess the answer. And by the way, I'm also playing as the house, and I've put in 2 of my own fake answers for each question with the help of the question writer, and we get a point for each one of those that our guests choose. So each of us can score up to 3 points per round, which seems fair, but the probability actually favours me, the house. The house always wins. So if you've listened to previous episodes, you'll know that is nearly never the case. And to even things out, the guests get triple points in the final round. And there's a new thing we're doing for the second time where they all get 1 wild card to play throughout the show in between round 2 and 5, just to make it more convoluted sounding, where they can put in 2 answers. But you have to say, I think is the rule. We're sort of making this up so you can
wouldn't
outperform
believe how long it's taken for Matt to transmit this information to us contestants in a method where we can understand what's going on.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it because I'm a real good communicator.
You are a good
You
communicator.
are.
Actually
This is not
majored in
on you.
communications
Did you?
It shows.
Yeah.
and criminology. Double
It shows,
yeah. Okay. I use both of those day to day. So most of our questions come from our great Patreon supporters. If you want to submit a question, sign up on any level via patreon.com/DoGoOnPod, linked in the show notes. All right, the answers are in for question number 1. What does the word eigengrowl?
Already don't know what we're talking about.
We've gone so far. Can we reveal when we record this?
Sure.
We're like a week and a half into comedy session, and I feel like our brains are collectively peanut butter.
All fried.
I haven't had a vegetable in 9 days.
Exactly.
Got nothing left. Sorry, Matt.
No, hey, I'm loving it. I think this is great energy.
Your eyes tell a different
eyes are
story.
crazy.
Well, I think I'm reflecting the energy, maybe. So the question is, what does the word eigengrowl mean? The process of removing dye from fabric.
Oh.
Antarctic glacier where the penguins who don't mate for life live. Well, I've said that in a very bizarre rhythm. Antarctic glacier where the penguins who don't mate for life live. I said it more like it was a haiku, but it wasn't. The mortar used in medieval buildings made from ground cattle bones and clay can still be found intact in ruins today. Option 4, the ability to identify a shape by smell. Option 5, the shade of grey humans reportedly see in a perfectly dark room. Or finally, an ancient concept describing depression related to specific moon phases originating from Greece.
I get eigengrowl.
I get big time eigengrowl.
I'm eigengrowling right
All
now.
definitions. I feel mortar.
You've never made
I
it
smell
for life
shapes.
with a penguin.
Yeah.
Aw.
What do you think, Amy?
What's now?
Yes, right now.
I can only remember.
I can read them again quickly.
No, I wouldn't want to trouble you. The bones in mortar.
Bones and mortar. All right, locking that in for Amy. What do you think, Jen?
Man. Oh, I wanted to go mortar because I thought that was very funny. I'm going to go with grey because that's another word I can remember.
I was going to go with the grey too.
yeah.
I don't want both of us
And
to
you
sit on
can.
that. I don't want both of us to sit on that. Remind me of the second half of the answers. Just a couple keywords.
Shape by smell. Shade of
not.
grey. Greece depression.
Moon depression.
Moon depression. Greco moon depression.
Yeah, no, I'll go grey.
Go grey.
Yeah.
Stay grey. All right, here's who wrote the answers. It's interesting that you didn't want to go for that Greek depression one. No, it's not, because you wrote it, Tim.
Yeah, it is. I felt like there's probably a legal
That
one.
was beautiful acting.
Thank you.
Can you vote
I
for
see why you were a nominee.
Thank you so much.
The ability to identify a shape by smell, that was Henry, one of the question writers, the
Very
house.
fun.
Very
That's
funny.
good.
Good job, Henry.
Process of removing dye from fabric, that was Amy.
That's
good.
clever.
Thank you. Beautiful.
You got really kneecapped by the fact that it came so early, and
Yes.
our brains are so fried at the
couldn't
moment.
remember
We're a
it.
minute
Can't
late.
retain them.
Thanks, Matt. Sabotage.
It's just the order is randomly generated
Sure.
By you.
by me.
I'm Miranda.
What am I going to do next? The sad penguin one was Jen.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really nice.
I had a sad version, which was a mountain where people go to do assisted suicide.
Oh my god! So you picked where an animal that mates for life goes when they can't find a mate, and I
Yeah.
picked seasonal depression. Like, is this not a massive projection on the mid-festival on the podcast?
Oh my god.
Amy went for the mortar used in medieval buildings. I'm afraid that was Julian, one of the other question writers.
Julian.
Okay, the house. So point for the house
Incredible
there.
stuff.
But that does mean that Jen and Tim are correct. It is the shade of grey humans reportedly see in a perfectly dark room.
We're so depressed and we're so smart. We're so sad and we're so clever.
Spending a lot of time in dark rooms at the moment.
Question 2 comes from Andrew Butler. Doesn't say where he's from. And Andrew's question is, which of these is a real type of Tasmanian shell? That
really
question.
I'm going to guess he's
that.
from Tasmania.
I reckon he's probably from Tasmania, but just got to come up with a name. Question 2 is always like a bird species or a fish species or a mushroom species. This is the first time ever. And I really had to wait until we had 3 of the best on to ask a question of this quality. This is the first time ever we've got you to make up a kind of shell.
I think we have showcased that we are intellectually
3 of the
unmatched.
best. Unmatched, yeah.
I feel
Definitely
like-
no one's meeting us.
I think maybe they knew it was going to be shell based, and with my previous history
my
of
God.
collecting shells,
That's it.
I am coming
You
in with
are-
a strong advantage.
You are
He's like
big
if
advantage.
you've got sewer questions for him, this is kind of the same thing.
Hook me up,
Exactly.
guys.
And, waterproof denim for you.
Exactly.
The big three.
The big three.
Oh, I didn't even realize, of course.
I'm all about making connections.
Jeez, this is... it's good timing because you're the only one yet to score. So, Amy, I reckon really use your shell knowledge. Oh, are you going to use you could use your wild
Wait,
card.
is the question
Have
just
you
to write?
asked-
You've
What's
gotta-
the question?
The question is
Yeah.
you've got to make up
a shell name.
A shell.
It felt like he didn't finish the
No,
question.
I was waiting for you to ask the
It was
question.
poorly. I would normally just say, now you've got to come up with a fake thing. But I've asked the question as I will ask it when there's options. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Which of these is a real type of shell? You're like, yes.
Yes.
But no, you've got to come up. Oh, this
Once
is...
again, you've clearly identified three people at the top of their game.
No, I mean,
how can I make it even a little more twisty for
Oh
them?
my god. But are you asking us to name a Tasmanian shell?
make up
Yeah,
a
you got
name of
it.
Tasmanian
Exactly,
shell.
you
Yeah.
got it.
Cool. Eigengrau.
And yeah, from now on, you can use your wild card if you want to. But you just have to let me know. And while you're writing your answers about these shells, here's some more info on Eigengrau. Jim writes, true black is the complete absence of light, while Eigengrau is a perceived dark grey caused by spontaneous activity in the visual system, retinal cells firing, even without external light. I don't think I can put it any more plainly than that.
I don't think anyone could.
I mean, Henry's had a go. He writes, Eigengrau cannot be considered a true colour in definition. It is actually a lack of visual stimulus to the brain, which causes an almost hallucinatory false contrast where there is none.
That is genuinely interesting, though. Like, if you
Yeah.
just rob your brain of any sensory input, it's like, well, I'm going to make something up then because I'm bored. So I'll give you grey.
Great.
You're not allowed to see black.
And that's the capacity of human imagination, isn't it? It's that when you take away everything, every stimulus, the best the human brain can come up with is grey.
Great.
Because
Right.
brain cells are little grey cells, right? So maybe it's, it's actually pretty arrogant of the brain to do
They're
that.
seeing themselves.
Ultimate ego.
Yeah. All right, question 2. Which of these is a real type of Tasmanian shell? Striated dog cockle.
Ooh.
Radiocule. Pretty big conch. Striped South Pacific conch.
Ooh.
Darvilius. Or Jeremiah Plonker.
My heart is saying Jeremiah.
Jeremiah was
Also-
a plonker.
Obsessed. The only shell people know clearly is conch.
Yeah. Yep.
Seems evident.
What do you reckon, Jan?
Can you say the first two again?
Try.
Oh, sorry.
Can you?
They were two of the ones I certainly nailed. Striated dog cockle and radiocule.
I like dog cockle.
It's interesting.
And you should clip that.
All right, locking in dog
Yeah,
cockle.
Dog cockle.
What do you think, Tim?
Striated, whatever it was. What was the
Dog
second bit?
cockle.
Dog cockle.
Oh, was it? Oh, wait, what was the
You've
second
done
one?
it again.
No, hold on.
Striated
Well,
dog
the second
cockle.
one was polycule, right?
Yeah.
The second one was radiocule.
Radio.
What was the second to last one?
Darvilius.
Darvilius it is.
Darvilius is
Lock it in.
really good.
Darvilius.
I think I want to go Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
Smart.
Well,
Clearly a woman of science and shells.
I'm a woman in
She knows
STEM.
her shells.
Is the S in STEM shells?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay, now we have to do the rest of the letters.
Okay. T.
Shells. Tramps.
Tramps.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, you guys don't say. This was the last episode, wasn't it? You don't say tramps here. You say hiking, right?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you
Tramps
meant
is like-
tramps as in like
hobos.
hobos. Yeah.
No.
What does
Yes.
tramps mean to you? Sorry, I missed that.
Like hiking. That's what we call hiking in New
What?
Zealand.
They go
Tramping.
tramping.
We're going tramping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. STEM here is actually called Shem. For that reason. E, of course, is
Oh, thanks. We're going to stay on it. That's awesome, man.
Eating.
Eating, yep.
And M.
M. Mako mermaids.
Yeah, it's a double M.
Yeah.
People don't know that.
Yeah.
Stem.
All right. Here's to write the answers. Radiocule. That was Amy.
Yeah.
That is-
Almost got one.
Does that comes from some knowledge of shells?
No.
No, that's just
Just
gibberish.
a bunch of letters.
I
Yeah.
liked that.
I almost picked it. I was so close to picking. I'm so sorry.
Same.
To
You'd say I
rob
was
you
a
of the point.
nominee of the shells.
You absolutely.
Striped South Pacific conch. That was Tim.
Nice.
Pretty big conch. That was the house.
Yay.
And I had time to Google types of shells. And I'm like, I thought I'd recognize some. That was the only one I recognized of this long list of shells.
Wow.
To be honest, I cannot think of another shell right now. Starfish? That's not shell.
That's a shell.
No.
Like I can
Darvilius?
picture him.
Darvilius?
Which Tim went for. That was actually Gem Fricka.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was
nice.
incredible.
Because I just want to say Travis, and then I was like Davis, and then I was like Davilius.
I love that.
That's
process.
the
Amazing
working.
to join you in your mind palace for a moment. What a journey.
That's how you write.
you would not pick it would start at Travis.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Because I was like, what's the funniest name for an animal? And it is
Oh,
Travis.
Yeah.
True.
Man.
I don't know what my process was when I wrote Jeremiah Plonker, I'm afraid, Amy. Plonker's just fun to say, I
Plonker
guess.
is fun to say.
And that means that Jen is correct. It is
What the heck?
striated dog cockle.
Wow. This keeps happening to me. I always pick the dumbest one, and it's always the real one.
You're smart. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
You're crushing it.
I'm a woman in the shell. We did it.
A woman in shells is
Tear
fun.
down that glass ceiling.
Okay, I'm going to do something crazy.
What?
Double my next round.
Whoa.
Even
Slam it
before the
wild
question
card.
comes.
Absolutely.
Double dog dipping.
I've got a good feeling in the ear.
I like
The
that.
vibrations are good.
I
I'm
like
feeling
that.
excited.
I'm excited.
All right, question 3, which Tim's already decided to use the wild card on, comes from Jake Seymour from Denver, Colorado.
Don't screw me, Jake.
And I like how little confidence Jake has in me. He's written the phonetic spelling of Seymour and Denver, Colorado.
He's being helpful.
bless.
He's being.
He's a listener.
Yeah. See, wait. I thought it was going to be pictograms. He sent you a pictogram of C. More.
How would you draw more?
I guess like a or, but then with an M in front
Yeah.
Or
Wow.
Othello.
of it. Yeah.
All right. So Jake's question is, what is the title of track 8 on the country artist Wheeler Walker Jr.'s 2016 debut album, Redneck Shit?
Oh, I
that is
love
such a
Wheeler Walker
good-
Jr.
Do you really?
Yeah, because he does a rude song.
Oh my God. Well, you've got a real advantage on this one, I
Yeah.
would say.
Which you've just gifted to us.
Yeah.
So
I
thank
mean,
you.
please, I want to share the love.
Now, while you're writing your answers, I'll let the audience know a bit more about dog cockles. According to Conexema, bivalve mollusk. Oh, this is what a dog cockle is: a bivalve mollusk with a heart-shaped shell featuring a rough and striated exterior, which can range in color from white to dark brown, typically measuring between 3 and 5 centimeters in length. It plays a significant role in the diet of some seabirds and is also harvested for human consumption in certain areas.
Seabirds eat shells?
This
is news to me.
That doesn't sound right.
It doesn't. And especially like a significant, because I think this was actually on the previous episode as well. You were talking about how penguins eat rocks to aid digestion in the stomach, but they're not like digesting the rocks. It's just to help.
Just having someone in there to sort of
Yes.
like
Then
an
where do the
internal
rocks go?
mortar and pestle kind
Yeah,
of thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the
nice.
rocks stay in their bellies.
I guess they pass them eventually, but like I think it was to help grind up the fish and stuff.
This is
Oh my
what-
God, just chew. I
reckon
guess they don't have teeth,
Just
do
chew
they?
penguins.
Yeah.
The
Because
loser
they're going,
ones.
That's right. They
They're
just
going,
do.
with the stone, I guess, and most things. Anyway,
You've done mouth stuff with a penguin?
I've done my stuff
You
with
found-
it. That's why I know where the glacier is.
Yeah, you famously found the single penguins. You were like,
I'm like,
let's boogie.
Can I say, Tim, what a beautiful round to play your wild card.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I felt a disturbance in the force and I was like, this is the time.
Yeah.
Time to put. You're hitting the NOS button in a way. You're going fucking fast and the furious on
Hell
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
I may keep that going. Who wants to hit the nose this round?
Yeah.
I have to explain that every week.
I'll hit the NOS next round. I feel.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to volunteer that.
Can
now.
two nos at once?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we are kind of making it. It does mean that there's so many options, but I think I like that.
That's fun to remember, yeah.
All right, the answers are in for question number 3. What is the name of track 8 on Wheeler Walker Jr.'s 2016 album Redneck Shit? Here are your options. Hick, spit, and shit. Open brackets. Jerking off at the rest stop. Close brackets.
really good. Really fucking good. Whether that is him who wrote that or someone in this room who wrote that, really fucking good.
Option 2, if you take a shit in my house, I'll knock the teeth out your mouth.
Oh.
It's a beautiful slant rhyme there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Country rap.
Option 3, farting, fucking, farting. Option 4, will I walk away from you, you bitch? I miss my dog, open brackets, but not as much as I miss dogging with you, close brackets. She got down on my truck. Or finally, trucks, bucks, fucks, and cucks.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes. Okay, Tim. What
First
do you
one
think?
again, sorry?
Hit, spit, and shit, jerking off the rest stop.
Oh, yeah, it is that one. I'm
Yeah.
locking that in.
Locked in.
Yeah.
All right.
Jerking off at the restaurant, so good.
It's really good. What was the other one with parentheses?
I feel like a lot of them had parentheses.
Only 2 of them did, but a few of them,
Naturally lend themselves.
Yeah, they gave off that
They've used
energy.
other things like commas.
That, or what was the 3 Fs? It was like fucking.
Fighting, fucking, farting.
Let's do.
Which was in a similar vein to trucks, bucks, fucks, and cucks.
That's true. Let's do I miss my dog.
I miss my dog. All right. Classic country. And Jen.
Was that the one that was like, I miss my dog, you bitch? Is that what that was?
No, that the bitch one was, will I walk away from you, you bitch?
I like that one.
Yeah.
I do like that one.
Really good.
All right, locked in. Here's who wrote the answers. Trucks, bucks, fucks, and cucks. That was one of Tim's.
Really disappointed no one picked that.
I came close.
Thank
It did
you.
sound in the oeuvre.
It got nominated.
He got nominated. It was right up there. People find they hold it in a high esteem.
Great. And you can hear it in your head. It's like trucks and bucks.
Yeah.
You can. It's beautiful.
It could be a real one.
It could be a real
For like
song.
a comedy country legend.
Like literally one of his songs is called Drop 'Em Out, Let Me See Them Titties.
Sick.
Drop 'em out, let me see them titties.
Drop them out.
Yeah.
If you take a shit in my house, I'll knock the teeth out your mouth. So Jake, one of the question writers, wrote
From Seymour, Oregon.
from Seymour. His answer was, "Don't
I'm
take
so
a
sorry.
shit in
Could
my
you
house."
show me how to pronounce Seymour?
Yeah. Through pictures.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Great for an audio podcast.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
People
That's
got to
what-
get on the YouTube.
Yeah,
now.
really got to get on that.
Get on that YouTube Red and watch.
But yeah, I'm like, I can punch this up with a rhyme. And I genuinely thought, until I read it out, that mouth rhymed with whatever happened in the first half, which was house. And it didn't.
It
You
didn't.
made it
I
right.
didn't even look back to it to check. I fully just believed it rhymed and I didn't look.
It is crazy that you wrote it down, because when you wrote it, you would have seen that one
Yeah.
is a TH and the other's
But
an
I
EC.
didn't look back to check what the house were. I just like, yeah, that rhymes.
But in a song, you'd get away with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't. They're
did you
getting
call
away
it?
with. It's a slant rhyme.
Slant rhyme.
Yeah. Close.
So I apologise, Jake, for butchering your great answer there and possibly making it unguessable. Wasn't even nominated. Now, what else do we have? She got down on my truck. That was Amy.
Nice.
No noms there.
So sorry.
That's okay. I'll try again next round.
Amy went for I miss my dog. That was a house, I'm afraid. Tim went
Do the
for,
whole one, because it was great.
I miss my dog, but not as much as I miss dogging with you.
That was so good. That was so good.
I think someone should, maybe someone could get these over to Wheeler Walker Jr. Or at least the man who plays that character. Now, Tim went for Hick, spit and shit, jerking off at the rest stop. That was Jen Fricker.
Oh, well done, mate. That's
This is my
excellent.
specialty subject, you know what I
Very
mean?
good. Yeah.
I've listened to a lot of this man's work. A lot of it's co-written by Jake Shears from the Scissor Sisters.
Really?
there you
It's
go.
kind of like a fun misogyny, you know?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's whimsical.
Jen went for Will I Walk Away From You, you bitch. That was Tim. Point scored from
Bored.
the from your Noz round.
Yeah. Thank
Yes.
But that means no one got the answer, which was fucking farting.
Yes.
God. It seemed dumb to me.
They are dumb. They're
I was
very dumb.
I was on board till the farting, and I don't
Yeah.
know why that took me off, but I was like, nah, you had me and you lost me. Too juvenile, actually.
Yeah, come on.
Too juvenile.
Grow up.
Grow up.
Grow up, Wheeler Walker. Oh, he's
Sing
a
to me
junior.
about dogging.
Dogging.
No one's talking about dogging.
No one is talking about dogging.
Maybe we should, you
Focus
guys.
Festival show.
No one's talking about
No one-
dogging.
What's the
talk about
deal?
dogging.
We're at the halfway mark, and the scores are. Wait, is this right? Amy at the score. Tim on 2, the house on 3, but out in front on 4 points is Jen Fricka.
What?
You guys
Are you
haven't used
sure?
your nosses though.
Yeah, I haven't used my nos
Wow.
You got to hit that nos.
yet. We gotta hit that nos.
Well, you've said you're sticking to it. You've said you're using this round. This question comes from Dave from Hobart, and this is another Tasmanian question. It's longish. In 1977, Reader's Digest published an article called Over the Edge about the Tasman Bridge disaster 2 years prior. The article claims that the Tasman Bridge is known by a nickname to citizens of Hobart. What is the nickname the article suggests? So basically because, I mean, it's so long-winded because Dave says he's never heard anyone call this bridge this nickname. But this one article from 1977 says this Hobart Bridge has a nickname. So you just got to give a bridge a nickname.
Okay.
Roger that.
Yeah, that's the shorter version.
Sure.
Give a bridge a nickname. While you're writing your answers, here's a little more info about Wheeler Walker Jr. This is according to Wikipedia. Walker Jr. is the brainchild of comedian Ben Hoffman. Hoffman debuted an early version of the satirical country music artist Wheeler Walker Jr. character in a skit for The Ben Show on Comedy Central in 2013, where he performed his song Eatin' Pussy, Kickin' Ass. He recorded and released his first album, Redneck Shit, in February 2016. And the album was produced by Dave Cobb out of Nashville and originally premiered by a stream on Pornhub. It debuted at number 9 on the Billboard Top Country Albums chart, number 1 on the Billboard Top Comedy Albums chart, and number 127 on the US Billboard 200. It was the first album to debut in both the top 10 of the comedy and country charts. Hey, while you're still writing your answers, let's go for a quick break. All right, we're back, and the answer in for question number 4. What nickname did Reader's Digest say the Tasman Bridge is known by? The Dorothy Andrews Memorial Iron Crossing Structure. Slow-mo hobo-a-go-go. That's option 2. Option 3, the dinosaur. Option 4, Errol Flynn's trouser snake.
Ooh.
Option 5, the big bridge, in brackets, like the big banana. Option
Enough said, really. Enough said. What more context do you need? None.
Option 6, old spindly legs.
Aww.
Or finally, fuckhead's gap. Oh my God, such great options.
That's really good.
Amy, we're back to you. What are you thinking?
I would love it to be Fuckhead's Gap. I like dinosaur. I'm gonna go the dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
But Spindly was also nice.
Spindly's beautiful.
Bit whimsical,
It is
yeah.
whimsical, yeah. I think I've seen this. If I could say that, yeah, dinosaur, spindly. I'll go spindly. Spindly legs.
Locked in.
Those were the two. I mean, was it fuckhead gap?
Fuckhead's gap. Yeah.
That's even better. As if fuckhead gap could get even better. It does. Fuckhead's gap. I do it. Lock it in. It's so good.
All right, here's the answers. The big bridge, open brackets, like the big banana, close brackets. That was Amy.
Sorry.
Is there a big banana in Hobart? Is that what's going on there?
No.
What?
I don't think you can grow bananas down there due to the climate.
And that's why they've gone for their landmark being the big bridge.
I love
Queensland
it.
gets the banana. Hobart
If I
gets the
had
bridge.
known there wasn't a big banana in Hobart, I would have picked your answer. I just assumed there was.
You need more info in the brackets.
I should have done another bracket.
Comma, there isn't a big
Semicolon,
banana
that
in
is to
Hobart.
say.
Slow-mo hobo-a-go-go. That was Jen Fricker.
Very nice. Very clever.
Well, one of Jen's two Noz answers,
Yeah.
that is. The Dorothy Andrews Memorial Iron Crossing Structure. That was Tim.
That was good.
Thank you. I was kind of
I
proud
thought
of
that was real,
Yeah.
to be honest. That feels very Taswegian.
The Dammix, it could have been. Short
I think the only thing
Taswegian.
that worked against you was because we're so deep in now, we know that such a beautiful correct sounding answer would not be true.
Yes.
If you come round one with that, I would have been like, yum,
Yes.
yum,
Yeah,
eating that
knock
up.
it in.
Yeah. So that's
Wow.
Matt's fault.
Victim of my own success yet again. Always nominated.
Amy went for the dinosaur.
Oh.
I'm afraid that was Dave, the question writer.
Oh, well done, Dave.
Tim went for Fuckhead's Gap.
Sure did.
That was Jen Fricker.
No regrets.
That's Noz. You've really hit the Noz there.
Bookended both ends of the
Look, I thought people would
whimsy
pick
spectrum.
it up because I was clearly so late with my second answer, and then that was the one he read out the last. I was like, yeah, of course people are going to pick this for
We
me.
did run into that problem at the live show as well, but
Yeah.
it was too good to not pick.
Thank
you know what I
you,
mean?
thank you.
Really fun.
Errol Flynn's Trouser Snake.
I really hoped it was this
That
one.
was the house, I'm afraid.
Because he is from Tasmania.
He's from Tasmania, yeah. And that means Jan is correct. It is Old Spindly Legs.
Oh,
Wow.
What the hell?
Big nos round.
Big nos.
That's
Big
a very
nos
successful
boss.
Noz.
So wait, why? What? Spindly. Is
Old
this an old bridge? Is it? Because I keep thinking
legs
about.
look like.
Yeah.
The Tasman Bridge.
Yeah, it's quite a steep bridge. You can't
Jamie,
see
pull
over
up
it.
the Tasmanian
Yeah.
spindly bridge.
I feel like it's that one that
Go
if you
bit-
think of Tasmanian bridge, Hobart bridges, it's that one.
Wow, it looks like a big banana.
Yeah. Wow. That is a big bridge.
It is a big bridge for such a small town.
I had one in there that I obviously deleted, the Concrete Caterpillar, which
Oh,
I think
love
would have
that.
been a.
Wow, that
would've
would have
been
got
good.
me.
That actually would have got
Yeah.
me. I feel like Old Spindly Legs. I mean, it feels like something Reader's Digest has invented.
Yes.
And they've been like, and that's what everyone's
Yeah.
calling it. And that's fake news.
And the author of the article's never been to Tasmania. They're writing from America.
Yeah.
Big round for Jan, just extending the lead, coming to the penultimate question here.
Woof, woof.
And also, Amy, your last chance to use the Noz.
Hit the nose, babe.
But then I have to come up with two answers.
Hey, it's actually quite easy.
All right, well, nos.
Believe in you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I'd love to nos, Matt.
Jane from Northcote sent in this question, which is, it's a two-parter, so you've got to come with 4 things.
Damn.
Jane, you've made a fast enemy.
So the question is, what is the unusual name of the well-known water station in Warsaw in Poland? And a clue is it sounds like a nickname given by a high school bully. And also, what is the unusual method it uses to test the water quality? Is that making sense? Beautifully written question. Thank you, Jane.
Can you say the question one more time? Sorry.
Sure. What is the unusual name of the well-known water station in Warsaw, Poland? And a clue is it sounds like a nickname given by a high school bully. And also, what is the unusual method it uses to test the water quality? While you're writing your answers, here's some more info about Old Spindly Legs. This is according to Dave. Absolutely no one in Hobart calls it this. If anything, we just call it the bridge or maybe the Tasman. If we were directly comparing it to the Bowen further up the river, that's the only time we'd call it the Tasman and not the bridge. At the time of the Tasman Bridge collapse, roughly 30% of Hobart's population lived on the eastern shore of the Derwent River across the water from the Hobart CBD and were suddenly cut off from accessing the city easily. The Bowen Bridge hadn't been built yet and the nearest crossing was the Bridgewater Bridge, much further up the Derwent. The day after the incident, 30,000 commuters found that their normal 3-minute commute across the bridge turned into a 51-kilometre round trip, taking about 90 minutes during peak hour. Well, our answers are in.
Unbelievable.
For question number 5, what is the unusual name of the well-known water station in Warsaw, and what is the unusual method it uses to test the water quality? Here are your options. The long-faced freak. Horses bred specially for the purpose are led to the water twice daily. If they can't make them drink, more testing is done.
That's smart.
That's actually a great
really
answer.
smart.
That is really smart.
That's your answer.
That's really sexy.
God, yeah, the person that came up with this is a
Cool.
genius.
Definitely that one.
Had a kind of Yoda aura to it.
Option 2, the Warsaw weakling. The Warsaw mayor and his family must drink the water, and if they remain in good health after 7 days, the water is good to drink for the city.
That's good.
Option 3, Nerdsville Station. They send the water through a series of buckets, getting increasingly smaller until the water has been collected in individual tea tubes. Option number 4, Fat Kathy. There are 8 muscles connected to computers, and when they close, they know that there is a problem with the water.
There are 8 muscles?
Like mollusk sort of things.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna just,
MUSSEL.
before we go any further, take a wild swing and say that is Amy's brain running out of steam. let's see how
Just
it goes.
because I have an enemy named Kathy doesn't mean I write it.
Wet Patch Patty. Water clarity is tested by bouncing light off a 19th century painting of the Duchess Patricia Radziwill.
Oh.
Stev Crappier. Warsaw tests their water by how quickly it disperses urine. Or finally, Fuckhead Station.
Yeah.
A bully makes the geek drink the water to see if it's good or not.
Yeah. That's so good.
Like a swirly, but for municipal
Yeah.
water.
All right, Jen, what do you reckon?
I mean, I have to go Fuckhead Station.
Nice.
That's great.
Shout out.
And it's like kind of my legacy. I'm flattered.
How do you want to be remembered? Fuckhead Station.
Fuckhead Station.
What do you think, Tim?
Fat Kathy.
Fat Kathy. Yep.
And also double points for me if I've correctly assessed who wrote it.
Okay, and Amy.
I feel like I can't remember. What were some of the early ones?
Long Face Freak, Warsaw
Oh, the horse
Weakling.
one. Let's do horses. Why
Horse.
not?
Do horses.
Lead a horse to water.
Yeah.
Okay, none of us are going to say the second half.
I can't remember. Something
Okay,
about
good.
making it drink.
Yeah, cool. Well, that is one version
Yeah.
of it. I think Matt and I both know the other one, and we're not going to say it because
Certainly
we
not.
are
Gentlemen.
allies.
Allies.
What?
Wait, I don't know the other one.
I don't know the other one.
That's great. Let's keep it that way.
Oh, sexism.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
A real ally would tell us.
Yeah.
Tell you after.
Wait, we're just like two little babes.
The
They
riff
have to
on it. The riff
mollycoddle?
on it is.
You can do it and we'll kind of bleep this out.
Yeah, is that cool? Yeah.
Don't bleep
I
it.
I think it's way funnier for it to be bleeped.
Okay,
We've
okay,
learned-
yeah.
We've
A really
now-
long bleep.
I think it's
Connor,
Actually-
don't bleep it, but put in something even worse.
Yeah. Put in the sound of water being poured into a glass. That I did at the beginning of the pod.
Oh,
There you go.
That's nice.
Existing
real fat
assets.
Kathy move.
Real fat. Okay. Feels pointed.
Sorry, Fuckhead Station.
Thank you.
It
So
is.
you lead a horse to water.
But you can't make it drink. You can lead.
Oh, okay.
I've
But then
never
I
heard
think
that
water
before in my
gets.
life.
Oh, come
What
on,
are you
man.
talking about then?
I'm fucking rock all by
That
myself.
was really actually.
Tim, that was
not-
yuck.
but now-
that was so yuck.
Very nominee behavior.
Boy.
Mine, yeah, the one I know is you can lead a horse to water and women are great.
You were so close to landing the plane on that, man.
and women are beautiful.
Women deserve rights.
And women can be in Shem.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we doing?
What are we doing? I feel like every
You've got a
member
lock
of this
in?
podcast
No.
has had an existential breakdown for some amount of time on this episode.
I don't actually remember. Okay, yeah. No,
I think
we
everyone's
have.
locked in their answers
Yes.
and I'm about to read out.
Yes.
Yes, great.
Fabulous.
All right.
Crabulous.
So here's who wrote the answers.
We need to go.
The Warsaw Weakling, that was Tim.
Yay.
No one picked it.
Nerdsville, that was Amy.
That's brilliant. Oh, that's really good.
Wet Patch Patty, that was Jane in the house.
Nice
Well
one,
done.
Jane.
Good.
The Long Face Freak.
Oh, no.
Amy went for that. That was also Jane in the house.
Oh, Jane also hit the nose on this one.
Yeah.
Jane hit the nose.
Jane's crossing.
Yeah, good
Jane,
for you,
Jane did the explanations and I did the bully names. We were both playing to our strengths. I received a lot of those, so I had a few to use. Stev Crappier. That was Jen. The most Polish sounding of them all.
You know what? It was going to be called Trav Crappier too. I really wanted to show my hand on this thing, and then I was like, oh, you know what? I'll try. I'll try earnestly. For what?
Yes.
I'm really glad I didn't pick yours because you're out on such a lead already.
I know.
I don't want to
I know.
contribute to it.
No, thank you.
At this
thank you.
point.
Now, Jen went for Fuckhead Station.
And it was
that was
real?
Amy.
Yay!
Your
Amy's on the board.
legacy.
Yay!
Really good.
I can't believe you picked it.
Yeah, why not? Bit of fun.
That's the attitude of someone so far out in the lead.
It really is.
No, Jen just lives
Nothing's
by
real,
the
dude.
classic phrase, Jen lives by the idiom, you can lead a horse to water and support women.
Exactly.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Which
this
is
is what I-
something that, Jen and I have in
Some
common.
of us believe,
Yeah.
Some of us believe.
Damn, I
Jeez.
came on here to sell tickets to my festival shows, and the inverse is going to happen as a result.
No, you'll get an audience.
Oh, no.
It isn't the one you want.
I'm going to Brisbane. These guys are there.
That's Pauline's home state.
Fucking
Yeah.
glad to hear it. Great.
Now, what that just leaves the correct answer, which Tim got. Fat Kathy.
Wow. I thought that was Amy's for sure.
I would have put money on it.
So wait, what was the testing?
They have 8 muscles, like little shell mollusk things, connected to computers, and if they open and remain open as the water goes over them, the water's good. And if they close, it's because they're like, oh, this is contaminated. We
Too
can't.
salty.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dang. I'm the same.
I just meant because Fat
We've all been a fat
We've
cat
all
in our
been
time.
Fat Kathy.
Yeah.
I thought Fat Kathy was really funny.
Yeah.
And then when
that's-
you said muscles, I thought like, muscles on a human body muscles.
Yeah.
Right.
Not the shellfish.
But you still guessed it.
Well, yeah. I picked it because Fat Kathy is a funny thing to call a water
That
tower.
does feel
it's a
very
funny-
Polish, dude.
Yeah, it
It
does.
is Fat Kathy.
Because the way that that Jane wrote the question was the water station known as Fat Kathy has an interesting. I'm like, we got to put Fat Kathy in the answer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank God.
We can't burn that in the question.
Absolutely not. It's too good.
So Tim, you get a point there.
Much needed.
House gets a point, and Amy on the board with the first point. So going in the final round, which is worth triple points, so it's still truly anyone's
There's
game.
another round.
There's one final round, I'm afraid. I mean, we can call it here if you want.
No.
But the scores are Amy on 1, Tim on 3, House on 5, but out in front still Jen on 6 points.
Crazy stuff.
Good luck, Connor.
Now, the final question comes from Caitlin Turner from Morley in Western Australia. And this will be your longest answer. This is a movie synopsis.
Great. That's what we
It's so
all need right
awesome,
now.
yeah.
Let's
Awesome
go.
news.
Let's go.
Do you know what? I actually heard that they're doing 2-word synopsises now.
Yeah.
They're really nice and job.
Interesting.
The question is, what is the synopsis of the movie Throwback? Yeah, you don't have to write them too long. 3 or 4 sentences kind of
Throwback?
thing. Throwback.
Okay.
And while you're writing your answers, here's some more info about Fat Kathy. This is from Atlas Obscura. Apparently the Polish for Fat Kathy is Gruba Kaska. And Fat Kathy is one of Warsaw's largest water filtration plants. Every day it pumps tens of millions of gallons out of the Vistula River, pronunciation not assured there, and through taps across Poland's capital. Each drop is guaranteed by the plant's unusual quality control team, freshwater mussels hooked up to a computer. The concept is simple. All kinds of pollutants can sneak into the drinking water. Heavy metals seep up from industrial waste sites, pesticides and fertilizers trickle in after big rainstorms, etc. Because chemical tests are contaminant specific, it's impossible to check the water for every possible problem before it's piped out to the populace. Mussels, however, aren't picky. If something is wrong, they clam up. Their broad sensitivity...
Is it a joke?
I guess so.
It's sort of a joke.
I
isn't
think it
Is
is.
that constitutes a pun.
Yeah. I think Atlas Obscura can do some jokes sometimes.
Nice.
They have fun.
They do.
Their whole website is about quirkiness.
Is it?
And if that's not fun, I don't know what is.
Definitely. I don't know what is at this point. I've been in this room too long.
We're over the hour.
Now we're so good.
Yeah. And we did chat a bit beforehand.
We really did. I got here late.
Yes.
Jen got here later.
Yeah.
We chatted for ages.
Yeah, no one needed to know that. That was actually before we started recording.
Well, the fact is I wasn't even
And
the
yeah, I
first
still
here,
win.
which is
Crazy.
yeah, maybe you came in the freshest. Amy
That's
actually
it.
was here first.
I was here thinking of stuff.
Yeah.
I was actually just I was just outside thinking of things.
Yeah.
Amy was existing in the Eisengrau.
Eisengrau.
Eisengrau in the grey.
In the grey.
Das Grey.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Apparently, they use this at a bunch of different Polish water treatment plants, and each mussel worker, they call them, spends 3 months on duty, and after that they become too accustomed to their new surroundings and are no longer sensitive enough to properly monitor the water. For retirement, they are gently tossed back where they came from.
Retirement
nice.
workers. I don't think these guys are getting a pension or something. Like, it's very nice to use these
Former
words.
Soviet country, you know,
Yeah.
they might have some like kind of communist ideals still baked into the
True. I like
muscle
that.
processing,
Let's go with that.
the lifestyle of muscles there.
I wonder how they're adapting then back to like life outside of captivity.
It sounds like, based on what Matt just said, they're throwing them back in the ocean.
That's what I
hoping-
mean. I
hoping
don't think
for
it's
the
going
best.
well.
They're
There's
getting
no
plopped.
follow up of like, how's your first year of retirement been?
Yeah.
I wonder if they're the kind of shells seagulls eat. You know, they just
Yeah.
straight away, they're just swooped on. Brutal.
Brutal.
Brutal. That's
A lot of
such
shell
a sad
talk.
image that you conjured.
Yeah, I apologise for that. Connor
The
edited that out.
first day of retirement. Bleep it.
All right, answers are in for the final question.
Wow.
What is the synopsis of the movie Throwback? Here are your options. One fateful Thursday, David makes an inadvertent post about his long-lost high school love, inadvertently unraveling his life. That's option one. Option two, exterminators come treasure hunters Jack and Kent are on the hunt for the legendary gold nugget in North Queensland. Hidden by bushranger Thunderclap Newman. Using a GPS, they quickly find the gold, but things go awry from there, attempting to murder each other before being interrupted by a park ranger, all while being stalked by a violent yowie.
Okay. I will say, if Tim has written that, it is offensive.
Time will
Also,
tell.
how quickly can you type? That was beautiful.
Damn, that was good.
Or do you think the character Thunderclap Newman introduces himself like Bond, and he's like, "I'm Newman."
Yeah.
Thunderclap
Newman.
Mike and Clara have been happily married for 30 years before Mike is injured in a freak baseball accident where he's hit in the head with a rogue foam finger. When he awakes, he's regressed to a previous version of himself, one that is stuck in his early 20s.
Oh, I'd see that.
Yeah.
Kevin James attempts to relive his high school football career but breaks his back on his first day of training. He must learn to live and love again as a paraplegic.
Jesus.
Thrown his back.
See, it's like there's two levels there.
He threw his back. They call it throwback.
Or finally, a coming-of-age tale of two gifted brothers from Connecticut who travel across the country to rescue their runaway pet, Fat Kathy.
Nice.
So someone's certainly still in it to win it. So you've got Tim. It's up to you, and you're a real movie expert as well.
Yeah. Can you give me the first? Give me some keywords again.
So you've got the David inadvertently unraveling his life. You've got the gold hunters.
One with the yowie at the end.
Yeah, the gold hunters with Thunderclap Newman, the bushranger.
I'm locking that in.
That's great.
And I think it's real.
You're trying
There's
to
no
dodge
way.
the racism allegation.
Locked in?
Yeah.
All right, Amy, what do you reckon?
I think I'm gonna do baseball.
Baseball. Mike and Clara, the one where
Sure.
he regresses
Yeah,
to
yes,
a 20-year-old.
yes.
Yep, sure.
Whatever you need it to be.
All right, Jan.
I think you know which one I'm picking, which is Kevin James.
Kevin James.
It's so good because it's either a Tim Batt invention or it's real, and those are two great possibilities.
Yeah.
I've always said that
Yeah.
about things in life.
All right, here's the answers. Remembering this is for triple points.
Whoa.
Huge.
The one about David making an inadvertent post about his long-lost high school love, that was Jen Fricker.
Yeah. Intimate character piece is kind of
Beautiful.
Garden State vibes, I guess. Like it starts off kind of silly,
Who's the
goofy.
lead? For whom is this a star vehicle?
Honestly, like I did think Vince Vaughn, like in his early years, kind of around because it was like maybe when he wasn't so fully formed as like a comedic.
Right.
Guy?
So, okay, early. Because
Vince
he's
Vaughn.
recently been sort of outed as like a MAGA dude.
Yeah, totally.
Ah.
And
I
you,
just-
that was good news for you.
Yeah, I was like, and I hope
was
he
like,
gets more
"Stop."
work. Yeah. No.
If there is a god in the sky,
Yeah.
Vince
What do you mean he
Vaughn-
was outed?
Yeah.
Well, it's
It was
sort
like
of
he was trying to
picture
keep
with
it.
Trump and stuff.
He kept his politics quite ambiguous, I think. And then I don't even know what happened recently, but I think he
think
said
he's in a
something on a
photo with him or
podcast.
something.
Yeah.
And then a photo came out
Yeah.
where he's standing next to Trump, and everyone's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
I feel like it adds to his character of being a shitbag, though. Like I
Totally.
feel like all of his films have been like, I'm like a bad fucking guy.
Yeah. Vince Vaughn in old school would be voting for Trump at this stage.
Exactly. That
He's
one
just
he did
very
with
method.
Jennifer Aniston, where he's like a bad husband and they get a divorce. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
that
of
guy's
course.
fucking
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Didn't he remake Psycho shot for shot?
Yes.
What the fuck was that?
Mega.
What was that? Yeah. So, like,
I did
why?
not know that. That's wild.
So odd. I think with what's Ellen DeGeneres' former partner who I think
Portia
has died?
de Rossi.
No,
Anne
Anne
Heche.
Isn't
Yeah.
she in it?
Yeah.
What a bizarre project to exist. Why would you remake like one of the most famous and
Famous
beloved
film? Yeah,
films ever shot for
Well,
you
it's-
Vince Vaughn? It's not even like you were like a famous auteur. It's not like Paul Thomas Anderson going, I'm going to give you my tip.
Yeah.
Fucking Frank the
Crazy.
Tank's best
Yeah.
mate from old school is going to do it.
I like that he's just gone. It wasn't pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think.
I've got something to add to Hitchcock's.
Look, I'm not saying it was bad, but I think with
do
a
it
little
sh-
Vince Vaughn touch.
Little flare.
Nah, fuckhead's gap.
I
The
did not-
distance between what you
Yeah.
think you can achieve and what you can achieve.
Nice.
Very good.
Oh, that's really good. All right, so here's who wrote some of the other ones. Again, I've forgotten where we're up to, but the one about the runaway pet cat, Fat Kathy, that was Amy.
Nice.
No.
Crazy.
This has been a really nice sisterhood, like throwing it back
Yeah,
and
yeah,
forth
yeah.
over the last
Oh,
few
yeah.
rounds.
Women
Well,
It's great.
supporting women.
We have to stick together when, you
have
know,
to.
certain men at the
Such
table say such
vile-
horrific things.
Oh, they're
Oh,
That's
bleep,
worse.
hopefully bleep that
Hopefully
again.
bleep that. Or make it louder, Connor.
Imagine if the first one is cut.
Yeah.
And all that exists is that.
Is that good?
Then I'm really selling some tickets in Brazil.
Yes.
You've been
Tim
dogging.
Batt has just upgraded his Brisbane venue. He will be
At the
playing the
powerhouse.
stadium.
To the worst you've ever met.
Lock up your daughters. Tim Batt's coming to town.
I don't want
deal with these women?
I don't want this heat. I don't want this.
Now, Amy went for the one about Mike and Clara, where Mike gets
Oh.
injured by a baseball accident. That was written by Caitlin, aka The House.
House
Nice.
is going good.
Now, Jen went for the Kevin James vehicle. That was Tim Batt.
Yay!
Incredible.
And Tim Batt was also correct. It was the violent Yowie one.
Oh my
Wow.
I had a feeling.
Wait, is that a sweep? Is that it's taken over Jen?
Half a dozen
Oh,
points.
hang on. I've got to count the scores.
Wow.
Carry the two. I can quickly tell you as I'm counting up the scores. Caitlin writes of the film that it was made on a budget of $4,000.
Hell yeah.
And contrary to audience opinion with a score of 23% on Rotten Tomatoes, Throwback won Best Foreign Film at Famous Monsters Film Fest 2014, Best Feature at Tri-Cities Fantastic Film Festival 2014, and Best Aussie Film at the 2014 Glenn Awards. Do you know what the Glenn Awards are? Because that sounds so
Yeah, Glenn.
I'd love to win a
God,
Glenn.
look
Get a
that one
Glenn.
up.
I'll tell you
Who's
what.
saying Glenn home tonight?
Who do you think wrote this film? It was Glenn. And then he's like, at the
yeah.
Glenn Awards, we also win those.
You say that, but then the Oscars was like the most famous
Yeah,
awards.
true.
It's just a dude
Just
named
some
Oscar.
guy. Glenn is
True.
true.
I am
Like
not
Yara.
finding anything on the Glen.
Glen Awards.
I found the Glen Irish City Council.
Okay.
Host Citizen of the Year, Business of the Year. I've got list.
No. Let's get into that actually. That feels important and relevant to me.
List of awards and nominations received by Glenn Close. Glenn Powell Awards, and then a lot of Glenn Powell stuff. Reddit. Glenn was nominated for an award again.
Oh, good for Glenn.
He's too hot to be Glenn.
Really? I
Okay.
don't find him
Another
hot
hot
at
take.
all.
I'm with you, Amy.
I don't get
Really?
it.
I don't get it either, and I don't think he gets it either. He seems like a guy, like a hardworking actor who is sort of confused by his own success.
Yes.
he's sort of like I don't know.
It's like I thought I was going to be a character actor.
Totally.
All right, so final scores.
Did I
Amy
come back?
on 1 point.
Yay!
No, down trout. That's great.
In equal second place on 6 points apiece, it's Jen and the House.
Yay!
But leaping to the lead with a big final round on 9
Holy
points.
shit.
It's the bad boy of comedy. Tim Batt.
Thank you, and I so desperately want this episode to never come out.
Tim Bruiser back playing Brisbane Stadium.
No,
what's
Connor will
terrible?
look after you in the edit. I'm sure.
What's bad as well? So I don't know how much has made the episode, but there was a recurring joke on this one, folks, and we all had a laugh. Because
Yeah.
we all
I didn't
understand
laugh
that
at
I don't
all.
believe it.
Potentially-
Jen was crying at a
I
point.
was crying.
But
I
this
was
is sort
crying
of
about something you said, actually.
Yeah.
what's so bad is this is a continuation of like kind of the same gag that I was doing through the whole season, the last season of Worst Idea of All Time with Guy Montgomery, where like I am the champion of the incels now.
Yeah, your manosphere.
Yeah, and you know, like how long is a joke a running bit before
Yeah.
you're
It
just
is
outing
real.
yourself as the world's biggest asshole?
The problem is, I think what is the problem. Sorry, blah, blah. I feel
Keep
like keep it and clip it.
I've worn you down with misogyny.
My puny female brain. No, I think what it is that you're quite a thoughtful person. So you're like, I should look into this because I need to understand how it affects our world, and I want to show empathy to these people who are different from me, and maybe I can find a way to communicate with them, and we can come to some kind of educational exchange. But what's happened is through your proximity to it from watching it, you have become it.
You're like, some good points, actually.
You kind of method educated yourself in the way
Oh,
you
no.
did. You became the Joker when you lived in, I assume, the classic. Is that where you
Yeah.
lived? You became
I-
the Ninja Turtle.
I've
when you-
joked myself.
Yeah.
Where'd you, in the green room, sort of up?
We moved around because we had to, because it was already a pretty maddening experience. But we slept on the stage on the first night.
That's
And
really
I got
nice.
a bad cough.
Oh, on day one.
I feel
The
like
carpets are not good in there.
that is very Kiwi though, to just allow you guys to stay there. I don't feel like any comedy club.
It was great. I was like, ask Scott. He's like, yeah, that sounds fine. I was like,
Yes.
have you got any other questions? Like, nah, that's
I'm
sweet.
sure-
I'll give you guys the keys on Monday.
So they would have had shows on and shit too.
We performed in one.
Yeah,
in Joker,
amazing.
full Joker makeup. So Guy and I got full Jokered up and did sets exclusively about Joker 2
That rocks.
in the middle of a lineup show on a Wednesday.
so
Oh,
good.
that's
That's
so,
so good.
funny.
Well, that does bring us to the end of a fantastic episode.
Already?
Maybe the best one ever, I think.
Oh, so soon.
As Tim would say, make podcasting great again or whatever. What is that? It's something like that anyway. 50% of my audience is big Tim Batt fans in that way. But this episode, this will be coming out in a couple of weeks. You'll all have finished your Melbourne runs, but is there anything you want to tell people about coming up?
We'll have an improv show called Something Good back at Comedy Republic Wednesday nights every single week. Please come down to that. And then I've got a new show coming out in the next couple of months called Sauna Sessions, where I get my favorite comedians in the sauna. And as the temperature gets hotter, the questions get harder.
Oh, that's sick.
It's very
How are
fun.
you going to record it?
We already have.
Have you?
Yes.
Did you break anything like microphones?
We had to test a bunch because they could not deal with the heat.
Amy's got a
Yeah.
long history of recording in moist situations.
It's my
Okay.
niche, yeah.
Mate,
I'm not going to touch that. After all the jokes I've been making this episode, I ain't going to touch that one.
What about you, Jen?
Gosh. Look, I'll probably do some shows in some other cities.
Yeah.
Best way to find out is just go to my website, jenfrigga.com.au. I am back using my mailing list.
Sick.
Beautiful.
Turns out
Nice.
we put too much into social media,
Yes.
and what it actually needs to be again is emails.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Yep. So yeah, just follow me there. I'll probably do some shows in Sydney and Brisbane because that's easy for me to do.
Great.
If Tim Batt doesn't bloody take all the bloody audience.
I'm just looking you up, Tim. You're in, you'll be this week
I'm all over
or
the
next
place.
week in Brisbane for the
Doing
Brisbane Comedy Festival.
Brisbane, Auckland, Wellington.
Eternal Optimist is the show.
Yeah, and the show. Can I put my pitch for what I actually am as a stand-up? Is like truly 50% of the show is about me trying to unseat the current centre-right government in New Zealand because it's election year. So I thought I
You've
would.
done a bit of that.
That has been most of my.
You've unseated a few governments.
You've done some good stuff.
It's in the show. Seriously, I've got a couple notches on my bedpost in terms of people I've taken down.
Really? That's
Truly.
Whoa,
Yeah, and
that
so-
is such a good tease for
That
a
is
show.
a great teaser.
The best one is in this year's show. The best one I've done successfully. It's the
Amazing.
sort of closing story of the show. So come along and see that.
And if you're listening, Queensland Police, Tim will be saying "From the River to the Sea" on the on the show. So make sure you show up and arrest him just
Yes.
straight
It's
away.
sort of like, I'm not going there, but maybe I will now. Like they've courted me. You know what I mean?
They gotta do it. Shut him down.
I went to. I know you're trying to wrap things up. I'm so sorry, Matt. But Greg Larson's show, Unrelenting Ultraviolence, and he like the end of his show is fantastic. He just goes on an absolute screed, and he's like, "And now I'm going to Queensland, and I'm going to fucking say it, and they're going to arrest me, and you can all watch it live stream."
Yay!
So
His
good.
dad is a retired Queensland cop
Cops.
too.
Yeah.
So good, man.
Perfect.
We got to get out of here just because there's a booking coming in a minute. Otherwise, I would love to just keep this going. But thanks so much, everyone, for listening. Give us a 5-star review. Maybe tell your friends if you think you know anyone who might enjoy it, especially Tim's like full masculinity sort of stylings.
If you're on peptides, you get a discount.
Cheers for tuning in to Who Knew with Matt Stewart. Now that you know it, I've been Matt Stewart. Goodbye.
Were you there when Jordan Sharp was saying that he couldn't turn his fan on in his room because it would short circuit the lighting?
No.
Oh my god.
So Jordan Sharp's at Motley as well, because that's when
room
I
got
saw
so
Tim.
hot.
Yeah, and his room got so hot.
And he only did
there's
40
a-
minutes, and we were like, "Thank God."
And he was
Oh my
like, I
God.
have a fan in the room, but they said I couldn't turn it on because it would short circuit like all of the wiring. And it was that crazy night where it was raining. Like
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it was super humid.
it's so humid and like there's water leaking into the venue. It's like we're gonna die in here. This is
God.
crazy.
You would cry. I'm like blasting the AC, make everyone freezing.
Oh, but that's good. That's
I
good
bought a
because
fan.
You bought it.
I went out and bought one. Yeah, because the venue, everyone just looks like they're pulling their hair out constantly, trying to get it all ticked over. I'm like, all right, I'll just I'll go to Kmart. I
Yeah.
got this one.
Is this the first year they're running stuff out of there?
Sorry.
Is it the first year they're running out of that room?
Well, for
that-
Fest, yes, but apparently
Okay.
they do shows in there.
Interesting.
I thought it was just being built.
Same.
Because it's still
I
there's
thought it was about to be demolished.
Yeah,
It was like-
because it's just like framing. Like
Oh
there's
my
not even
God.
walls. And like half the toilets aren't plumbed, the sinks aren't plumbed, so the water just comes out the bottom of the sink. Like it's crazy.
Come check it out, Amy. It's pretty
You
cool.
gotta check it
It's a
out.
pretty cool
That's honestly
vibe.
the biggest
Yeah.
sell. I got to come see
Very
the
rock and
how
roll.
they've got no walls.
Yeah.
Oh
What
my
time
God.
are you on?
7:45. I think we might be
Okay.
same time. No, what time
I'm
are you?
6:30, but I
Right,
think I
right,
would.
right.
I might get to
maybe
Storyville.
make it, yeah.
What time are you?
7:30.
7:30. I don't think I'm going to be able to make that.
It's quite fun.
We're fully taking over your slot as well. 6:30 in
In
Cooper's 3.
Coopers. Oh my god.
Tag.
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 What esteemed company.
Yeah, it really warm it up for us. Appreciate that.
Get that Amy smell in there.
Well, it was a sushi restaurant, so I kind of made it worse.
Sick.
Okay, what are we doing? Remind us, please.
So I'll
I
ask.
always forget to get my
There's
phone
6
for this.
questions, and so 6 rounds, and I'll ask a question, then you message me a fake answer, trying to trick the other 2, and you get a point if you get it right, and you get a point if they guess your answer. And I've added a new rule.
Oh my god, Tim Batt just started following me.
What?
This is huge.
That's
Don't freak out.
Guys.
yeah. New rule: you can use a wild card once between rounds 2 and 5, where you can put in 2 fake answers.
Whoa, okay. And just in the Instagram chat is fine?
Not in the chat, because then
No,
I'll
no,
see
like
it.
our one,
Our
yes.
chat, yes. People have done that before. That's all.
They're stupid.
Well, yeah, I wasn't able to say that because I'm, like hosting and trying to be
I'm
kind
so
to
sorry.
people.
I tuned out to that because I was catching up on the messages in our thread. And
Yeah, I know, I know.
concentrate on 2 things.
There's some pretty good stuff in there.
It was real nice. I was just, heard about Yoruba. Terrible. But
Yeah.
was that crucial? Did I miss something important?
No.
I can message you. I can DM you my answers.
You DM me your answers.
Insta.
And there's a new thing where one you can use a wild card one time in rounds 2 to 5, where you can do 2 answers. You just say after you've heard the question, you go, I'm going to do a wild card on this one.
Sick.
Doubling your chance for points, I guess.
Love
Do
it.
you is there a punishment for not doing
No,
two?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
You don't think
Not
so?
as yet. This is only the second time I've
Wait,
tried
say
it.
that one more time.
real
I'm so
real
brain dead.
Beta phase.
You
So
can pick,
brain dead.
you can pick one round where you can submit 2
Two
answers.
answers.
instead of
Okay,
one.
yeah.
wild card.
But
you
not in
can't
the
do that in the
first or
first round.
last round.
No, in the
Yeah.
first or last, you can do 2 answers, and it's good.
Yeah, it just gives you a second
You don't have
chance.
to. You
Yeah.
can't be punished if you don't.
Oh, but you won't get punished.
You won't get punished.
You
Sorry,
including the
guys.
preamble, I think, should be like bonus content. If
Yeah.
you're just constantly having to deal with these comedians being like, okay, guys, it's really not that. Because honestly, Matt talking me through it when I did the live one in Adelaide, I was like, I'm so sorry, man.
Dude,
Can you just try to tell me for the 6th time and maybe I might get it?
I did the live one in Sydney. I didn't even bring my phone on stage. we had done it multiple times before that, and I just sat there being like, "We're just here for a chat."
That was cursed. Because that didn't get recorded in the end.
Honestly,
fuck.
maybe for the best.
Yeah, maybe. All right, so happy with that? Good to go?
Love it.
Sick. All right, it's been filmed as well as recorded, but
Water?
Water, please.
it's been filmed for the Dugon YouTube channel, and hundreds of people watch it on there.
Amazing. Will we get like a split
Like
of the
full
revenue?
3 figures. Yes. If you'll have to invoice for it.
Great.
And I'll have to get a calculator
I'm
out.
coming for my 75 cents. And then after super and tax, 50 cents.
Management will take a card, obviously.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
Brother, I'm independent.
Oh, whoa, that's all yours then. That is
Yeah.
all yours.
Persistent bridesmaid.
Love
it.
there are people out there who never got nominated, and
That's
they're,
true.
Yeah.
they're looking at you. You're living the dream to them.
You know,
Yeah,
none
yeah,
of us
nice.
have actually
I've never been.
He didn't
nominated
say
for the
anything
Billy
about
T.
it, yeah.
That's
So-
true. You guys have never been nominated for a Billy T.
Never,
Hey,
ever,
can
ever.
I cede my intro time to ask what is Makeover Mermaids?
Mako Mermaids.
Mako
And
Mermaids?
look, I'm so glad we're talking about it.
What is it?
It was a TV show where, in case you didn't get it, I played a mermaid.
Yeah, I got that.
And
So
they
it's
were-
live action?
Yeah.
This is real film stuff. You're
Yeah.
in the water.
Real mermaids.
Is
We
it a
were
kid's show
mermaids
or
that
is it-
became, yes. Well, it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Not always the demo that reaches out about it.
Okay, like Bronies style situation?
What does that mean?
Sorry,
Adult
so My
male.
Little Ponies is made for
Yeah,
kids,
do
but
you
then
get
sort of
weird
communities pop up.
Jeez. The worst one I ever got was mail sent to the house I was living in Queensland when we were filming it, and it was from a man in a Texas jail. And like my family didn't even know that address because it was like a short-term rental. So that did worry me a little.
Oh, God.
But we were mermaids that became humans, and there was another show, like bigger, more successful show called H2O, Just Add Water, and they were girls that became mermaids. Whatever, like we're all
And I
different
was
law.
a goth that became a surfer.
Yeah.
So,
And
that's
I'm a
why-
nominee that became a podcaster.
Exactly.
Gone through our chrysalis phase.
You told on a previous episode, you talked about how Netflix picked it up and that didn't mean you got paid.
Correct. Yeah.
That was like normally go, oh, congratulations, you're on Netflix. You're like, well,
Yeah, we when we signed on, it was like I think 2012, so it was like before Netflix was even in like the zeitgeist and in contracts.
Yeah.
So they bought it, and that's great for them.
Good Lord.
brutal. Should be illegal. I'm starting to think Netflix are bad
What?
people.
What?
Well,
But if they are making stuff, I would love to work for them
well,
again.
of course.
Well, I used to
Of
work for
course.
them, and then they fired me. So I'm
Okay.
back saying it's bad, but just because they fired me.
Yes.
And but as soon as they hire me again,
Yeah, they're the best.
Then I
Then we're
think
back
they
on
roll.
board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm a socialist. They can get in the bin just from day one. So fuck them.
Didn't you? Who was your pilot episode for where you were in the sewers for the Ninja Turtles?
There was YouTube and that brief golden period where they were commissioning content called themselves YouTube Red for some ill-advised reason. So stupid.
RedTube.
RedTube.
YouTube Red.
You were making videos
Even
for
though
RedTube.
RedTube, I think, existed
At the
and
same
was
time.
quite famous at that time.
Well, they wanted to get that publicity. The people that got wrong, like they went to the wrong place. They're like, "We'll take you."
Google knows how to do SEO.
Yes.
So they were like, what if people mistype the porn website and then stumble into a pilot?
Wait, so you were in the sewer? What were you doing in the sewer?
Guy Montgomery and I invented a thing called method film reviewing. And so for the pilot of this YouTube show, which we were all assured was going to go to series,
Man, it was so good.
It
I
was
can't
so
believe it.
funny.
we moved into a New York City sewer and lived there for a week so that we could properly review Teenage Mutant Ninja
That's so
Turtles.
funny.
And we ate nothing but pizza.
That rocks.
Bring it back now.
Yeah.
We did, kind of. We just filmed a season and released it where we method film reviewed Joker 2. So we moved into New Zealand's only full-time comedy club and lived there for a week and just kept watching Joker 2 on repeat.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Where's it?
That's
Where's that? That's up on YouTube Red.
It is wherever you get podcasts, and all the video episodes are on our Substack. It's pretty good. We just made it ourselves, but it's
How did you mentally feel at the end?
like dead. I've been beaten with a hammer to the head.
Yeah.
And it was quite hard to reintegrate into society.
I bet.
It was, because it's just
Did you become the
songs.
Joker? Do you feel
we
like-
joke it ourselves.
Yeah.
Joke it ourselves.
You absolutely joke it.
Man, I wish this was a podcast where we just talked about stuff.
Sorry, man.
I really do.
We
I'm
gotta
so
do a
jealous
quiz.
of the people who do stuff like that sometimes.
You method podcast though.
Yeah.
You're always here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you're always asking people if they know stuff.
Yeah.
And that's kind of your take on that.
Connor, the editor, I sent him through whatever 7 times 24 hours is a week.
yeah.
And he has to bring it down to
He does
about
a
an
great
hour
job.
and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fat to cut.
Shout out, Connor.
Yeah.
We love you.
It's all right. Looks like the answers are in.
The answers are in, everybody.
Answers
This is exciting.
in. Hey, good luck, everyone.
All the best, Jen. All the best, Jen.
All the best.
Hey,
team.
we're winners for being here.
We are.
You know,
That's so beautiful, actually. Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Keep talking to each other for a second while I cut and paste these.
And that's that great communications degree in action.
Do either of you, maybe this is the male stereotype that's actually true, but I find it incredibly difficult, and I was getting flashbacks to doing the live show in Adelaide, trying to come up with an answer while people are talking.
Awful.
Yes, awful. You have to choose. Am I going to be good at the game or be good on the podcast?
Yeah, you're
and it's
right.
unfortunate that it's both.
Well, it's neither actually for
I'm
me.
selected
I found
neither
you.
as well today. A couple of mavericks over here.
Oh man, the last time I shushed someone in a cinema was I went and saw what's it, that Brazilian film that came out last year that got nominated for Academy Award.
Begonia, maybe? I don't know.
That's not Brazilian.
And this is the other podcast where we just guess foreign features. But someone started talking over the opening scene of this like subtitled film. They were talking to, and I was like, we are not jumping off on this foot. You can't talk over the subtitles.
Damn
It started
right.
different anyway.
Established dominance early in the
Exactly.
cinema.
I'm
have
the
to.
big dog in the cinema and I am shushing.
Did it work?
It did.
Great.
Jen.
It did.
So prepare
The
to be
secret
shushed. Is that
agent?
what?
Yes, the secret agent.
Yeah, that's what I meant when I said Begonia.
Yeah, Begonia.
It's like the only, someone told me they saw Begonia, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be able to use that in a conversation.
I saw that. I watched it on a plane, and I have no idea why it's called that.
Okay.
No, me
Because it was
I've been
based
seeing
on
the whole-
another like a previous version, a Korean version.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Which I believe had the same name.
And is a begonia a flower?
Is this
Well,
the
that should be
opposite
one of
of
the
it?
questions. But is this an official? Is this sanctioned?
It is
Yo,
like-
save it for next week, dude.
That's one of the
Come on.
questions.
yeah, imagine like in your time living in the sewers, you probably would have seen a bit of Eigengrau. If that
Absolutely.
hasn't been edited out, that will.
You have to clip that out, and
gotta
you
keep
can't
it.
let Tim answer.
Yeah, Tim's not doing great. If you're just tuning in.
I'm killing it, everybody.
Yeah.
I've never been better. I'm crushing it. Everything's going spectacular.
Did you actually go to New York to live in the sewer?
Sure did. In fact, YouTube paid us so much money, and all of it went to me getting a rushed visa, like work visa. To some lawyers
my
did
God.
exceptionally well out of us.
Wow.
That is so
you
devastating.
love to hear that, don't
Imagine
you?
telling the US government, like, we have to get this guy in.
is
This guy
essential.
has to be here.
We got to get him into the sewer immediately.
Especially when that
Immediately.
visa is often the like alien of extraordinary ability.
Yeah.
It's
That
like,
was the
what's
one.
your ability? Sewer boy?
I did. I applied to be an exceptional sewer boy. And they let me in on that.
And you were.
You just got to pay them $30,000. That's
yeah.
all.
Oh
Easy.
my
Easy.
god, that
Yikes.
feels right. That feels like a good system. I think they're a really good country doing things really well.
Absolutely.
All right, the answers are in. Oh
Thank
my
God.
god.
Oh my
Pronouncing
God.
all of these, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll do my best. Yeah, if you do put in an answer that you think I'll struggle to pronounce, feel free to put in phonetic things in future. But I'll do my
I
best
feel like this
time
What a
is
tease.
a great clue.
Yeah.
Perhaps, Amy. Maybe. I'll get my ears pricked.
Yeah, I picked a really simple word.
I actually don't remember the word I just wrote to you. So
You're
this will
doing
be-
great.
brother.
I'm worried about you, Jen.
I am worried about myself.
I love you and I'm worried about you.
I came
and this
into
is an
this-
intervention.
I think we need to pause the quiz and just
Yeah.
all have a good chat.
That's the only way you could get me to stop is by like luring me with a podcast. Hey, it'll be an hour and a half. We get to just say whatever you want.
You'll get 2 clips to use afterwards. Fantastic. We will get 2 clips, right?
Yeah,
you
you'll
better
get it.
give
Yeah,
us
you'll
one.
get it.
God,
Connor always delivers 2
gotta
clips.
get them clips.
I think the only cockle there's like a nursery rhyme that says cockle shells. I think.
You're right.
Yeah. Oh, Mary.
Mary.
Y'all know this
You're on
one.
my mind.
Take us to church.
Silver bells and cockle shells and
shells.
pretty maids all in a row.
Yes.
It's about how she killed a bunch of people.
Oh.
Yeah, the pretty maids all in a row. They're all buried in a row in the
Oh.
cemetery.
That's
Did you say she killed someone?
Yeah, Mary Queen of Scots.
Women can
Oh,
kill.
right.
Women
Okay,
can kill.
all right,
Women know
sorry.
shells. Women can be nominees, Tim.
maybe the M in STEM is murder.
There's 3 M's now.
Well, I feel like you've just helped me write a question for next week.
Great.
That what is that nursery rhyme really about? No one's guessing that.
No
is
one's
that common
guessing that.
knowledge?
Follow up. Can I come on next week?
Yeah. I've got some answers to give. People know that. That's like, you know how all those nursery rhymes are always about.
grim as hell.
Yeah. Because the thing is, like, they were kind of living under a fascist dictatorship because Mary Queen of Scots was like very,
Fascist
like,
dictatorship. Never heard of it.
Never
What's
heard of
that
it.
like?
It's not like anything now. And yeah, so they had to make nursery rhymes to like kind of tell stories about things without telling the story of
Oh.
things. Yeah, Mary quite contrary because she always changed her mind on things. She always set one rule for one people and then did some for others. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, like, what's the music in our time under fascist leaders? You know, we've got
Chapel Rhyme.
People.
Life of a Showgirl,
But Mr. Worldwide.
Dale.
He's preaching the gospel.
DJ Khaled.
He's saying the world needs to unite.
I could, if you gave me an entire week, I couldn't think of a better answer than DJ Khaled. It was like the
Another
prophetic-
one, and he's
Another
talking
one.
about fascist leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Or
Very
Othello.
good. Very
Wait,
nice.
what is a Moor and what kind of person is a Moor?
Isn't it a black Scottish person?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought Othello was one.
He was one.
Yeah.
That sounds bad the way you say it, though, isn't it?
One of those.
Dead by now. It was a long time. Surely he's dead by now.
I'm kind of relieved that no one, because I've got like a vague sense, but it might be a bit wrong, but I like that no one's correcting me on it.
What?
Oh,
A
wait
Moor.
for it.
A
You
Moor.
saw on
Oh,
Twitter?
yeah, sorry. In the room, I mean.
Yeah, wait for a few weeks and you're like, what?
Why am I cancelled?
I unfortunately tuned out at the minute you said what you were talking about, and I've been trying to jump back in. But
Good. Okay,
it's
well, welcome
become
back,
no
Amy.
clearer the whole time.
Do you know what a Moor is in
No.
terms of like the people?
No.
The Moors?
No.
From Scotland?
No.
I'm going to assume it was
Look-
maybe Africans brought against their will to Scotland. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm
Put that
sorry for
as one of
bringing
the
this back
questions.
up.
Let's guess.
I'm so glad I picked this as my my double.
Apparently, in Othello, Moor refers to a North African or Arab of Muslim descent, distinguishing Othello as a dark-skinned, non-European and non-Christian other in 16th century Venice.
On Venus.
Venice.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I was in the neighborhood of
Yeah,
Greek,
you're probably
but
thinking
Yeah.
Macbeth, one of the other big boys.
I don't know.
I
I don't
think
actually
Big
know
Boys of
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
I think it's just because I'm listening to an audiobook as I go to sleep at the moment about Shakespeare.
Really?
The history of Shakespeare.
You're listening to the history of Shakespeare before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Man, that is shocking to me.
Yeah.
It helps you get to sleep.
Right.
Interesting.
Did you see Hamnet and you were inspired?
No, I don't. I can't sit through Shakespeare.
It's not Shakespeare.
not Shakespeare.
It's a movie about
Also,
Shakespeare.
you're
Oh,
reading.
I'd enjoy that.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
listening to a book about Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I'm so every fact that comes out of your mouth about yourself, I'm just baffled by.
I like hearing about the man and what his life might have been. I like
Right.
the
Yeah.
history.
Do you think it
But
was
I don't
one
like-
guy, or do you think it was a collection of
Do you
writers?
think it was his wife?
I mean, based on this audio book, he there's so little like known history about him. A lot of it is guesswork, and I guess that's why people are filling in the blanks with a lot of.
I feel like
fun
you're
conspiracies.
filling in the blanks because you listen to maybe the first half of a chapter before you fall asleep, and then you're like, yeah, no one really knows anything about him.
How could you? The people were really sleeping through that period of history.
Can I
Oh my
loudly
God.
pour this?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Can you do it on mic, please?
Oh, sorry. ASMR style.
Oh, Tim's really used his wild card
That's
here
really
beautifully.
nice.
Let me just say that.
Gorgeous. And this is kind of the stuff you were studying at university, right?
Actually,
Parentheses.
Imagine if someone got confused, like, what's your degree in commerce? Commerce? Commerce.
That was my
3-month degree in commerce.
my first preference was the commerce. I didn't have the grades.
Hey, let's all say on 3 what our favorite punctuation mark is.
Oh.
Ready?
oh,
1, 2, 3.
Colon.
exclamation mark.
Oh.
Oh.
With semicolon, the comma and dot?
Yep.
Yeah, I like the one just straight up double dot.
Because I love semicolon and dot because that means that is to say. And I think that's such a funny symbol to be like, we have to have a shorthand for this.
Yeah. What did you
It's
say?
kind of a redundant.
Exactly.
You don't need to say at all, let alone shorthand.
It could literally be a full stop.
I said full stop
You said
because I
full
like
stop.
closure.
Yes.
Oh,
That's a
nice.
classic.
And
though.
your principal, do you have boundaries?
I do.
You weren't.
And I set them.
And when we were going flip-flopping about Netflix, you were like, nah, fuck them. Full stop.
Yes. Oh,
And I was
embodying
like,
it.
I was very semicolon about it. I was like, but if
Yes.
they hire me again, then
I
that rocks.
don't like them, but I'm also poor. That is to say.
That is to say, I am open to opportunities.
What was your one, Amy?
I was exclamation mark because
yeah.
you can't be mad if someone's like exclamation mark at the end of
That's
the
what it
sentence.
is to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It always reads as a bit angry to me.
Oh,
Really?
I
Well,
mean
this
it like
is
that.
upsetting for
I
me.
mean it as like positive.
Yeah, no worries if not.
Which is funny because
Yeah.
I do not talk in exclamations, but I do text almost exclusively with at least some exclamations.
Yeah, and then you have to do
But
the
I don't
math
really-
of like one sentence exclamation,
Yeah,
not
you
the
can't
next
do
one,
it
you can't do
all.
another,
You
and then
sound
you've got to
insane.
come back up with an exclamation mark.
You sound insane.
No, this all makes perfect sense to me, actually.
And you were colon, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's just a beautiful looking thing. I was more thinking of how it looks and how it.
Yeah.
Guys, this is
functions.
the new Myers-Briggs. What punctuation are
It's
you?
fun that we had 4 different answers. Though.
Right.
Yes. I really kind of thought we were all going to come together on one, but
Go us.
go
Diversity.
us. Yeah, that's it. Look at this room. Diverse. First time I ever went to Ballarat, I want to say.
Here
I was
we go.
doing
Here
like
now. Here's a story.
I was doing a charity show, and it was literally just a guy who had just booked me off a YouTube clip I had done. And first time I'd ever been interstate, flew Jetstar to the Avalon Airport or whatever it was.
Risky.
And and he was like driving me around Ballarat, and he's like, yeah, and this is like our like ovals where like the football team plays, and also people dog here at night. And I was like, what is that? And he's like, you don't know what dogging is? And I'm like, no. And then he like had to explain what dogging
Yeah,
is.
welcome to the big city.
Yeah, damn.
You were flying down from Sydney
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
learn about dogging in Ballarat.
Yeah, we have beaches, I guess. People fuck
no
on the sand
culture.
dune, yeah, but no culture.
No
that's
dogging
it.
culture, at
No
least.
dogging culture.
Hey, while you're still writing your answers, let's go for a quick break.
Bye.
That's just for editing purposes only. You really don't need to. You don't have to have a break now, but feel free to just, take your mind off things for a bit.
I'm finding the Eigengrau.
You get to do 2 answers too.
Yeah. Oh, I do. Okay, sorry. Yeah. I was like, damn, I've come up with one so early.
Are you nossing this round?
Yeah, I'm nossing. Sorry.
No, I'm not nossing.
Okay.
I am nossing.
I felt as though it was sort of softly discouraged to double nos because there'd be too many questions for us to remember.
True.
That's very generous of you.
I'm an empath. I sort of pick up on people's
Nice.
energy.
You're an exclamation mark. You're an empath.
Yes.
You're an Eigengrau.
I'm all of those things.
I've just asked a
Contain
question
multitudes.
via a message, Amy. Clarification.
Yeah, why not? I don't think this was my best round. I'm just going to put it out there. I had a tough time.
It's quantity over quality this round.
I'd No.
Yeah. There's only one answer.
Well, no, I thought you were Nelson this round as
No.
well. Oh, okay. Just me.
You're
just
thinking about
no.
yourself, Jen.
Jen.
I'm kind of an empath.
Oh my God.
Kind of.
Opposite of an empath, where I'm just projecting myself onto other people.
Full main character syndrome over here.
yeah.
But that main character is a winner, so
Yes.
we support.
The order, I don't put them in the order they come in. I just put especially for the live shows, but then as well, I'm like, you can't, like it's like a comedy lineup. No one can follow Fuckhead's Gap, so I put it at the bottom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
you got to finish with Fuckhead's Gap.
That's a closer.
got it.
Yeah, that's a closer. That's the headliner.
That's
Yeah.
good to know. That's good to know.
But then you're kind of putting too much. You're putting your thumb on the scale a little
Yes.
bit. by
I am,
selecting your
certainly.
places.
Yes.
I mean, correctly assessed. No arguments from me. I didn't think it, but
Yeah, which it makes more sense at the live shows because there's you're thinking about the audience reactions. But I don't know. In that, I'm just like, I got to put Fuckhead's Gap at the back.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
I
it. I
think it's
hear.
good.
I'm enjoying the feedback, and I appreciate it.
then you get recency bias. Now that you've finished, Amy, my heart was just going out to you that whole
Yeah,
time.
that sucks.
I can
Two
see
of them.
the little monkeys just doing the cogs in there, working the machines.
And I reckon I've risen to the occasion.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Let's hear it, Matt.
Based off Matt's reaction, I think he disagrees.
that silence is what I call Fuckhead's Gap.
She's just written a bunch of slurs.
No, tricky terrain to navigate.
Yes.
Because when you say you're a little younger than me. I've got no idea how old you are. I mean, I'm assuming
Ooh, let's
quite
guess.
a bit young. Let's not. I'm 38, so I'm
Okay.
steadfast millennial
What do you
territory.
mean I'm a little bit younger than you?
How old are you?
36. That's by
Is that
definition.
not completely correct?
No, I just wanted you to tell me I looked young.
I started
You do look
freaking out
young.
instantly, though. You do look younger than 36.
Thank you.
But also, we've known each other
I
for
know,
like 12
literally.
years.
You posted that photo from 2011 or whatever. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I took that photo.
Oh, how lovely.
That's so cute.
But
Yeah.
like when I think back to high school bullying terms, I'm like, I don't want to be attached to I don't want my answer to be attached to me on a podcast going out to everyone.
Yeah, you can't say what we were saying in high school.
Absolutely
No.
not.
No. So you're not going to guess how old I am? Coward. You can't win though,
When
can
was
you?
the Mako Mermaids made? We should be able to ask a certain
No.
amount of
I
questions.
want to
Okay, everyone can-
take the riskiest
Yes.
version of this and
Here's what
really,
you know about Amy!
yeah.
Exclamation mark.
Oh, yeah.
We'll shoot
That says
like
young.
Total,
That says young.
total shoot from the hip.
Yeah.
28 is my total shoot from the hip.
This is the best day of my life. Oh my God. Anyone else want to put in a guess before I celebrate forever?
She's actually underage, so she feels that is. She's like, oh man, I won't need that fake ID.
It's
after all."
cool. It's cool. She's 28.
Right? Guys, fellas?
Oh, the high school slang? 'Cause I'm there. No, I'm 34.
So,
So thanks for the. Oh my goodness.
you're
thank you
probably
so
in
much.
like offensive bullying terminology terrain as well when you were at high
100%.
school.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you guys are Aussies as well, so I feel like you guys are quite ruthless in high school.
I got done for bullying in high school.
You were the one calling these people these awful names.
I went to music school, so it was like it was
Shooting
like,
fish in a
How
barrel.
does
exactly
bullying work there?
Well, it's just like I was the coolest person at a classical music school. Yeah, fuck yeah, of course I was.
What instrument did you play?
Double bass, the coolest instrument.
Famously.
100%.
Yeah, because that's jazz, baby. That's ska.
Did you
honey.
have a one that you hated the most? An instrument that you were like, oh, fucking oboes, you know?
Oh, the instrument I hated the most probably
No, let's start with people. What group of people did you hate the most at high
a
school?
race, if you will. No,
What? You never said how you feel about the Moors.
no, I just remember like violinists being so annoying because they can never get this shit together, and because they're one of the largest sections in the
Never get
orchestra.
their shit. They're quite flitty.
They're just like they can never fucking learn a piece because they're never the backbone of it. It's like they're lettuce in the sandwich of the orchestra, right? In that like. No, they're not lettuce.
What's an upright base in the
Well,
sandwich metaphor?
that's the spine, obviously.
That's the
spine of the
bacon
sandwich.
Yeah, it's the
BLT.
spine. Okay. So in the sandwich of the orchestra, I would say like you have structural like instruments,
You're
right?
the
So
bread. Is that what
I
you're
would say,
saying?
the rhythm section, so bass and percussion. I would say that's the bread.
Okay.
And then I would say the meat of it would probably be
Brass.
like brass or even like cellos, like that kind of thing too.
Okay.
Because I'd say cellos are the tomatoes, right? They bring flourish, they elevate, and then fucking violins are just filler. Like they're just like, they bring texture. So they're like lettuce because there's like 30 of them. So like all of them individually cannot fucking play a piece.
This is
But
this
their
is
collective effect.
the most incredible
Yes.
dogging of violinists I've ever had in my
What are
life.
they fucking gonna do? They come to, it's so heavy. What you carry a double bass every. Yeah, I do.
There's gonna be like Swifties, and you're gonna
Yeah,
have
come
unturned
for
a rock
you.
of the internet you
Yeah.
didn't realize was hiding the
And one
most.
of those things where like they're only good in a group.
You heard it here first.
No
What
one's
about
listening
Vanessa
to
May?
Huh?
Now I feel like I'm painted into a
Vanessa
corner
May.
where I have
I
to
mean, I
defend
do love Vanessa May. We love Vanessa May.
solo
but
violinist.
Solo violinist, but she's playing electric. And also she's
True.
a soloist violinist. I'm just talking about
They're
the
out there. They
orchestra.
exist.
What about
Erasure for
Yellow
the solo.
Card?
Yellow Card.
Do you remember Yellow
they have a
Card?
violin?
Man.
Yeah.
I think they did.
They were kind of that pop punk revival, and they also had like string instruments in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel like violins are only good in a group, and that's because yeah.
I want it
or
on the
unless they're
record.
like a soloist.
I don't co-sign that
Okay,
because I am scared of the violin community.
fucking
Terrifying.
come at me, bro.
I'm glad I just went to a private girls' school.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But I got done.
I think the
for
bullying's
bullying.
hard. Yeah.
And fucking, I am not surprised
Yeah,
now
yeah.
after that tirade.
My friend accidentally stabbed someone with his double bass spike.
What?
It went through a girl's foot,
Jesus Christ.
a viola player's foot, which is like bad because they're cool.
They're not even, they're like a burger, not even a sandwich. They're so cool.
Yeah, they're just
wow.
like, they're doing their own thing. Like, you're just kind of the aura of the viola player. You're like, they're
The
cool.
aura.
They're cool.
Wait,
They
what's a
play
viola?
different-
It's like a big violin.
It's kind of
It's
between
very similar to a violin.
A viola is between the violin and the cello. They have their own clef. Like they have their
Really?
own. Yeah.
Buzzy.
Their whole thing is like around the middle. Anyway, guys, follow and like and subscribe for my
Yes,
classical
This does
music.
feel like
Red
a,
hot takes.
it's a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I love how it's like almost like, like the nerds, the jocks, or whatever. Like
Yeah.
the political system at this school is unbelievable.
Well, it's like the brass players. Like everyone wanted to hook up with the brass players because they kiss the best because they're always.
Oh, they've
using
got a
their mouth.
developed embouchure.
They're embouchure. Yeah.
Imagine being gone
they have to
down
use-
on by an
Exactly.
established trumpet
Well,
player.
because they've got to get like sharp, like kind of phrasing, and you can
Yeah.
only do that with your tongue. So you have to go like. Dot, 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 dot.
Oh.
B flat trumpet, 3 years in high school. So.
Oh, okay.
And also married.
And is that how you made
yeah.
it work? You were like, I've got
Like
a good.
a gentleman doesn't embouchure and towel.
When are
I
you
don't
in
know. I
Brisbane?
don't know what the Venn intersectors of my guys and
Yeah.
the people going to Jen Fricker shows.
I find because I have done a lot of podcasts, I get very nice, well-meaning men, and I get, of course, the most beautiful bisexual women in the world coming to my shows. And then I do get podcast guys who are like, ha ha ha, yeah, she fucking hates women. And like, you know what I mean? They take the kind of, I'm a bit grumbly. So they're like, yeah, she's just like me for real. She'll say anything. And
the
she
dudes,
should.
the podcast dudes.
Some podcast dudes are like real, like one guy, I did a podcast interview, and I was kind of saying like, I think this whole culture of like having a hot take on everything just for social media content is like bad and like not good for us as people. And then he clipped it and used a quote from Ricky Gervais to be like, Jen Frick is just like Ricky Gervais. And it was like,
Jesus
it was
Christ.
like, you know, people with their stupid opinion, you know, some fucking Ricky Gervais, like.
that's a man who's stroking himself.
Yeah.
Like, that is the real life version of the thing I'm afraid that I might be coming across as.
Absolutely happened to me. Yeah.
Nuts.
I
That's
never
so funny.
the correlation that I feel like no one would ever made except for this one person. And it was on LinkedIn, of course. Of course it was on LinkedIn.
Incredible.
Well, you get more corporates out of
I
it.
do. I'm booking some crazy gigs.